What's the hubbub on that Superman trailer? Have you ever watched any of the Superman films? Do you know anything about Superman? Because this is mainly me knowing a bit of the past and iterations of Superman and discussing why people are laugh emojiing everything.
Okay, first of all, on the internet, everybody puts laugh emojis on things, even when it's not funny. Second, to answer your question, I think I saw Batman vs. Superman, and I saw, what was it, the one with the director's cut?
Yes, so you saw Justice League.
Justice League, yeah.
Director's cut, which was 4.5 hours long.
Superman was in that, right?
Superman was in that.
I fell asleep.
We saw the one that Joss Whedon, he stepped in for Zack Snyder, which is why they did a director's cut. And Superman had that weird covered up mustache thing.
Yeah, can I tell you something? Can you say that director's name again or whatever?
Joss Whedon?
I really don't like that first name because it sounds like you're trying to say Josh, but like you can't.
That's okay. Most people dislike Joss Whedon for a lot of other reasons. Okay, so here's what's going on with this film. We're going to go through this in different waves and steps. Superman's new suit.
It's blue and red, right?
It's blue and red.
Okay.
And people are really angry about the
Why?
suit. It's sort of baggy. It's not tight-fitting like it was on Henry Cavill.
So basically what you're trying to say is they want to see his bulge. I mean, is that legitimate?
I mean, that sounds valid to me, sure.
Is that why they're mad?
No, it's not why they're mad. Because they want a big... I think they want
wiener!
No,
under the tight suit!
No, they want a big, hunky Superman. That's what I think it is.
He's not hunky?
They don't like the suit and the way that it looks. He's wearing the red trunks. He has, like, these red underpants things that are over top of his suit.
Is that not what Superman wears?
There are some classic Superman iterations where he does have that, but people don't like that iteration.
Why? That's like the classic Superman. Look.
They don't like the trunks.
Second image on Google. Superman with the undies. He has the undies. If you look up Superman, that's what you see. They want the bulge. I really don't understand the problem.
So anyway,
I'm looking at it. It's tight. It looks like Peter Pan.
No, you gotta look. No, you gotta look at the actor in the suit.
I am. That's what I'm
laying
watching.
down. You can't even
I
tell.
watched it full body just now. It keeps going. I can't pause it.
Okay, look up a photo of him. Yeah, that's the new suit.
Okay, there's the bulge.
So if you look at the suit, it has a bagginess to it. It isn't like gripped on his body. That's first off. The red trunks. And then also the design of the suit. People do not like that. Now, what they do like about this new suit is that it's very bright.
And that you can see the bulge.
But it's very bright. But in the Zack Snyder films, it was very dark.
Did people get mad about that? Did people get mad that the suit was too dark?
People were hateful, I think, of the Cavill suit and Cavill playing the character at the beginning, just like people hated Michael Keaton as Batman originally.
So
now he's like everybody's Batman.
So people just hate things to hate them?
They're nerds, Heather, on the internet. So people dislike the suit. So that was like one of the biggest issues going into all of this before the trailer even came out. The next part of this video. So first, the suit is a problem. Snyderverse. So Zack Snyder made all of those very dark, gritty DC films. So he did the Justice League, dark and gritty. He did the Superman, Man of Steel film. Everything that man puts his hands on came across as dark and gritty. People loved the Snyderverse. So you have people who are obsessed with what Zack Snyder came up with. Now you also have other people who aren't interested in the Zack Snyder thing so much, and they're ready to move on. Because now we have a brand new director who is heading the entire DC universe, this new universe that they're building. This is the first film of that universe. Do you know who the new person is?
Yeah, James Gunn.
James Gunn, who was behind Guardians of the Galaxy, horror stuff too.
Yeah,
he's done a lot. But his films are always very fun. They're good. I enjoy pretty much all of his stuff.
Question: are DC fans just like sticks in the mud because James Gunn is very talented and he makes movies fantastically?
I'm glad you asked that question because I know exactly why people are upset. James Gunn is known for making comedic stuff. Groups of like characters, like a group of characters that are funny, like Guardians of the Galaxy. He's doing the same thing with Creature Commandos on HBO or Max. Okay. Superman is really coveted. He's right up there with Batman. Batman's super popular as well. They don't like seeing somebody getting their hands on Superman, so they think that James Gunn will screw everything up because he'll bring in too much comedy. He won't be like this heroic character that we're all used to in the red and blue.
The Guardians were heroic. It was just funny. He is in charge of something. Why are people judging it before it comes out? Because the thing is...
Of course. I mean, this is what nerds do, Heather.
No, listen. That trailer didn't show me an ounce of comedy. And I feel like anytime I've seen comedy in DC, it's always like just crashed and burned. Remember Wonder Woman when they tried to make it funny and it was just fucking awkward and weird? If there is going to be comedy, I think it should be done by someone who knows what comedy is. I don't think you should judge something so harshly based off of who's directing it if you haven't even seen it. It's a completely serious trailer.
It's pretty serious, yeah. No, you're right.
And he doesn't have like a little like possum sidekick or something.
A little possum. He has a dog sidekick.
But not a possum.
Why would it be a possum?
Because Star-Lord had a raccoon. It's a trash animal.
This took a very strange turn.
It's funny.
Okay. No, I'm on board.
Like
I understand.
a dog
okay,
or a
so
cat
the
seems
trailer...
like a normal superhero companion.
Okay.
A raccoon? That's hilarious.
The trailer did not show anything like super comedic.
No.
Like there was a couple of things in there that maybe would hint that there's going to be some funny parts.
I didn't catch that at all.
Green Lantern's haircut. Exactly. However, that was pulled directly from the comic books. So people are like laughing at that character because of the haircut. They're laughing at it because of the haircut, not necessarily that the character is incorrect.
Like they think it's a funny haircut.
They're saying that the suit looks like cosplay. This person asks, which network would this series be showing on? Cavill had the best suit. This suit sucks. This suit is terrible. It makes it look like Corn Sweat. I think it's Corn Sweat. Can't fill it out. He isn't a small guy. He looks bigger in his reporter suit. I
think he looks huge. Especially that bulge.
Bad worst Superman adaptation. It's not a plane, it's Diaper Man. Finally looks like DC cartoon characters that has been brought to life the same way they fixed the Sonic movie. That's all what a movie needs to get the real fans excited about. So that person's like excited. They like that it looks like comic book film.
So here's one. As a lifelong Superman fan, and I mean lifelong, since I was 2 years old and saw Superman with my grandfather and uncle, I was hooked. Not a morning without seeing the old cartoon and then Mighty Mouse. I had Superman's suit under my own every single day in kindergarten. That is a real fan.
That's wild.
And my biggest dream is still to be that character at the age of 38. I don't know how legitimate this comment is because it sounds like this person really likes Superman, but I'm going to continue. I love that they want to be Superman.
Well, I like how they're wearing the outfit underneath.
I wonder if they still are.
That's unbelievable.
I like it. This is what I've wanted to see all along, a true to comic Superman. I freaking love the look and colors. It got me in tears because I finally get to see it on big screen. Thanks for doing him justice so far, Gunn. He deserves it. To bring true hope back in people.
All right, you want the opposite? The 100% opposite of what you just said.
Yes.
The teaser trailer is utterly disappointing. It should trigger my curiosity to watch the movie, but it does the exact opposite. It looks like a cheap parody of Superman at best. It's clear that the audience Gunn is aiming for are people with low IQ. Listen to this. I hate it. Snyderverse is already looking better for me. Snyderverse is gone. Already looks 1,000 times better than anything Snyder and Cavill were involved in.
Snyder, made me fall asleep. Hold on, here's one. James Gunn. You're making us dream. What a wonderful trailer. Every scene is pure comics. I'm a Superman fan. I've been reading the magazines for years and I love them. I hope the movie is as good as the trailer. As fans, we already know that you know how to tell good stories. High expectations.
Worst trailer I've seen in years. And a super dog might as well be some parody on SNL. That's insane because the dog is a dog that's in the comic books. How could they even say that? It's Crypto the dog.
Are these people outing themselves as fake fans? Is that what it is? Are they not fans?
He does not look like a Superman. His hair is all over the place.
Okay, does he not fly?
He looks like a child, nothing like Superman. Privileges got him that role. Crap trailer. Where a super being is saved by a dog. LOL, what rubbish. We know what country they're in.
Looks like a real film, and Clark Kent looks just uncool enough to make the transformation into Superman interesting.
I agree with that. I think that the actor looks great. I mean, I think he's going to be a great Superman. What I think is going to be interesting is the aftermath. After the film comes out, and people were like, oh my God, this movie was awesome.
That's what I'm hoping for, because I love when people are proven wrong.
Oh, I love that.
Like, I love that.
Oh,
like, especially
so
when
much.
things are incredibly negative. Now, I was reading from James Gunn's Instagram.
Oh, so people were sucking at his little hole.
Yeah, so my thoughts are...
I don't know if it's little, by the way. I don't want to say that.
Why did you say little?
I don't know.
Can you correct yourself and say big? Because they're...
Well, I don't know that either.
I think that because it's coming from people who most likely follow him, that they are fans of his and that they're, like, excited about it. But
Absolutely.
I think when you read on other sources, like news sources, IGN does movie stuff,
yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
IGN, things like that, you're more likely to see the negative stuff.
There's a photo where people laugh emojied, pointing out all the different characters that are going to be in the film. Hawk Girl, Crypto, Kellex, which I don't know what that is, Kaiju, which is a big gigantic monster shooting fire out of its mouth, Ultraman, Guy Gardner, who is the Green Lantern, Metamorpho, and Mr. Terrific. I've watched so many trailers for superhero films. Mm-hmm. I watched a lot of superhero films generally. But when trailers come out, you're quick to judge. When I saw this, I will be honest, I wasn't like completely blown away by it. I wasn't like, oh my God, and I had like goosebumps, okay? But that's mainly because I'm not a huge Superman fan. But what I will say is that this trailer may have been the most comic book looking trailer I have ever watched. Hands down.
It was very comic-y.
And I think the film is going to be really comic booky also. It's going to, I think, translate very well.
Like, yeah. I was almost sort of analyzing it, but I don't know what I'm looking for because I'm not a DC fan. But I didn't really see any issues with it. I thought it was dramatic. I thought it seemed like a superhero film. It was definitely more colorful than the last trailers for anything Superman.
This just in, people are upset about the dog because apparently it isn't the right dog. This person said it should be a white Labrador.
I don't think it matters what type of dog
No, it doesn't matter. That's what I'm trying to say. That's the joke. That's the joke that people they need something to complain about.
What if he got a new dog?
People are going to complain about that. Where's the old Crypto?
He got old and he died.
Well, he's a super dog, so he might live forever and ever. You just don't know. I don't know what the lifespan is of Crypto.
You really saw that? People are angry about the dog?
Yes, and there was another article where it said there is one thing about this Superman that has fans divided. What do you think that is?
Is it his shoes?
His haircut. So I actually read a comment a little bit ago where somebody said his hair's too messed up. So people don't like his hair. See, that's the thing. You have all these fans who are super fans of Superman, and so they expect something specific. And if you give them something that they're not expecting, they're going to get mad about it. You're not really going to know how great it is until the film comes out. James Gunn himself said, if this does not work, this film, there is no DC universe. They're going to end it. It isn't going to happen. That's kind of shocking that I said that. But the next part that I want to talk about is James Gunn. Pretty much every film that I've ever seen him do, he's done a fantastic job. And now we know how he handles hero characters from Guardians of the Galaxy. We see how he handles a lot of characters, like minor characters and main characters. So I have a feeling he's going to kill it with this. He killed it in Peacemaker. Did you ever watch the Peacemaker
I love
TV show?
Peacemaker.
It's amazing.
It's hilarious.
Superman is perfect in his hands. I think he's going to do a really great job. I cannot believe that I have seen so many laugh emojis. Literally, every single post that I saw, except for maybe two, one was by Warner Brothers, there were laugh emojis. You know how you see the first three emojis that are being used?
Yeah.
The laugh emoji was either number 2 or number 3.
Was Slither funny?
There were some comical parts in it.
Was it, like, funny? Or was it more horror?
Was it hilarious, you're saying?
Yeah.
I mean, there were parts in it that were funny, yes. James Gunn writes and directs these movies.
What I'm trying to say is, did it ruin the film?
No. It didn't ruin the film.
Could you tell it was a horror film?
Yes.
He knows how to do horror and make it funny while making it good horror. He knows how to make a fun superhero movie that is supposed to be fun. Guardians of the Galaxy is supposed to be fun. Who's not to say that he's going to have his own take on Superman, but it's going to be good, and he's going to, if there is comedy, maybe put it in there a little bit, but it would still live up to what it's supposed to be.
So Guardians of the Galaxy, I believe, was much different before James Gunn got his hands on it.
How?
I don't necessarily think in the comic books it was hilarious. But James Gunn made the Guardians of the Galaxy funny. because they're really wacky characters.
They
so
are.
to bring them to life in a film, not in a comic book, there had to be some quirkiness and something fun about it. Like if he made that movie gritty and dark like a Snyder movie, I don't think Guardians would have been as popular as it ended up being.
I agree. So I assumed that the comic books would have been funny based off of the variety of characters. How can you have a raccoon and a talking tree and
Comic
it
books.
not be funny?
Comic books. Comic books has all sorts of crazy stuff. But Crypto the dog.
But my point is, how can it not be funny?
Because they're taken very seriously. Not saying they're not taken seriously in the films, but in order to adapt them, you have to see the funny part of that. A living, breathing, talking raccoon standing on two legs running around with guns. You can make it serious, which Gunn always is very serious about it.
There was a serious
But there is comedy
story
laced
behind it.
into everything.
Yeah.
What they're saying is funny. So people are concerned that that's what's going to happen with Superman.
You could tell from the Guardians trailers it was going to be funny.
You could, that's true. But this was only a teaser trailer for Superman. So we're not entirely sure what people are even saying.
Was there a teaser for Guardians? Can we watch a Guardians teaser trailer?
There may have been, but I mean, that doesn't even matter here.
I guarantee you it was funny.
Guardians is a film that was adapted from a comic book in 2014. Superman has been around forever. This is a character that people have literally grown up with. It's a very important character to people. Whereas the Guardians, it's like, if you screwed it up, you screwed it up, and who gave a shit?
But he didn't screw it up, that's the thing.
He didn't screw it up. Yes, I know.
I think
but
that
people are afraid to see his adaptation of Superman because they don't trust him with Superman.
I am a firm believer in giving chances. So
You gave me a chance.
I did, and I regret it every single day. I think that he has done a fantastic job at being serious when he needs to be, even in the Guardians films, because the third one especially pulled on your heartstrings a lot. And funny where he needed to be in that film.
It's hard not to pull on heartstrings when you're including animal, like, mistreatment.
Yeah, but not just that, Yondu.
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah, the Yondu thing at the end of Guardians, too. One thing about Gunn, I was talking about it before, but I was rudely interrupted, that he is a writer and a director. So he writes these movies.
Yeah.
He writes the characters. He writes the dialogue. Like, he does it all. He literally does it all, and then he directs it. So James Gunn is like this lightning in a bottle. Like, you don't see that a whole lot, especially when it comes to comic book adaptations. Like, this guy is a powerhouse. I have all the faith in the world that he's going to kill it. And quite frankly, I'm okay with Superman's outfit or his costume. I think it's going to be just fine. I know we actually have a personal friend who was coming down on that suit very hard. Nick Mastromiko is a huge Superman fan.
No. So now, basically, you're trying to tell me that I've been talking shit about Nick this whole time. Is he mad about the dog, too?
We're going to ask him if he likes Crypto the dog. Are you okay with Crypto the dog?
Are you okay with Crypto the dog?
In the trailer. Because in general, he might like Crypto the dog.
I've seen James Gunn's work. Takes fans seriously.
And he takes the material seriously.
I think he does too. Even if it seems unserious because it's comedic, I feel like he has done a very good job doing what needs to be done. And I think it's important to give things a chance. I mean, if this were like his second or third Superman movie and like the first two bombed, okay, yeah, you have every right to judge him. But why judge him from a quick teaser trailer?
James Gunn like up to something I don't know about?
No,
Really?
I would feel this no matter who directed it. As long as I haven't seen films that like completely sucked by the person.
I think that this character is beloved by a lot of people. I think that he is so important. He is like probably the most iconic superhero there is. So people are just really worried about it. But not only that, people are also dicks because they love the Snyderverse. They hate that Henry Cavill isn't back as Superman. They hate that Snyder isn't making
Well, you know what? Henry
DC
Cavill should have
films.
shaved his fucking mustache, and then maybe they would want him back.
You know what? You got a very good point. I don't know why he decided to keep the mustache.
They spent so much money on CGI.
For some other movie, it was weird.
I don't like to judge movies too harshly based off of trailers. Because, prime example, the new Beetlejuice film. I watched a trailer, and I was like, man, this is going to be fucking epic. I saw Catherine O'Hara. I saw, what's the girl's name?
Lydia?
Jenna Ortega.
Oh, Jenna Ortega.
That I really love.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm going to love this movie. Guess what? Didn't love it.
Yeah, well, I know. Trailers can be deceiving.
They can be.
They can. And you're right. And they could work the opposite, where the Beetlejuice trailer looked great to you, but you didn't like the film. This could not look so great to us as fans, or me sort of fan of Superman, and say, oh, the trailer looks just okay, but you go see the film and it's like unbelievable. I think that's what's going to happen. I think people are going to be blown away by the movie. I really do. You guys can come back and comment here later when the film releases, and then we'll have the discussion then.
Or we could just have the discussion once we see it.
Comes out in summer of 2025.
July 11th, I think.
July, yes, somewhere in July. And I think it's going to be the biggest movie of next year. I think it's going to change the game. And I think it's really going to turn on the DCU engines. It's going to get things really fired up and ready to go. You haven't watched it. I know you haven't because you don't watch animation that often. But it's Creature Commandos.
No.
It's on Max. And it's a bunch of monsters that are brought together to do like secret missions. The whole story, everything about it is James Gunn.
Is it too funny?
There are funny parts to it, but James Gunn...
Is it hilarious? Does it ruin all the characters like it's going to ruin Superman?
No. Here's the problem. Okay, I'll get to that.
Are there bulges? Is that why it's good?
James Gunn sometimes will take serious parts of the movie or serious scenes and end it with a joke. As an example...
Can we talk about Wonder Woman again?
I understand.
Because
we're talking about James Gunn. We're talking about James Gunn. Nebula talks about how she was ripped, torn apart, and everything else. Mm-hmm. And then Kraglin is like, oh, okay, well, anyway, that kind of a joke. He puts it in there because obviously as, maybe the guy was right about the low IQ people, but going and seeing a movie, you want to have entertainment, you want to enjoy it, and like those little funny moments are fun and they stand out.
I think it's also showing you how the characters are.
I agree.
Like who they are.
Did we get a response about Crypto? What did he say?
He loves him.
He loves Crypto.
Yeah, he said he's adorable. He's going to be the baby Groot of the DC universe.
Wow. There you go. Nick Master Meat goes into it.
I actually like that they made him a crazy looking mutt. Most of the time, Crypto is a regal looking big dog. This guy is really fun. Do you dislike the suit because of lack of bulge?
Oh, that's such a good question. I wonder how he's going to answer that. So you saw the trailer. You're not the biggest DC fan or biggest Superman fan. What do you think?
First thought is I know that James Gunn is directing this, so I want to see it solely based off of that. If I did not know that, knowing not much about DC, I've seen quite a few DC films with you. I've always wanted to like DC because I love Marvel so much. And I'm just not really that into the characters. I find them boring. I find that I don't really feel a connection to them. If some of the superheroes die in a film, I wouldn't care. But with Marvel, I do.
With Marvel, characters are never like incredibly powerful, except if you get like Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel is like incredibly strong, which is why a lot of people don't like her and she's boring. Superman's sort of the same way. He's incredibly strong. In the Snyderverse films, which one thing I did really like about this trailer, so we didn't talk about what I think about the trailer. I thought the trailer was good. I wasn't blown away, but I thought it was good. The one thing I really liked is that they didn't destroy an entire city. In the Snyderverse films, they just wipe out complete cities and just everything gets blown up. And Superman is like he's fighting in a city with people and just knocking buildings over. It's like watching a horror film or something. Yeah. You just know that all the people are dying in there.
I guess to me, what makes a TV show or movie great is a connection to characters, and I just don't have that with DC. And I feel like James Gunn, the way he directs, makes you feel something for the characters.
Yeah, the way he writes them. Yeah.
I think that they're relatable. Even if you don't relate to them, you get a glimpse of who they are, and I think that makes you more empathetic towards them.
Absolutely. And a character with weakness is an interesting character.
I asked him about the bulge.
Okay.
He did a laugh emoji. Like all of the negative things you're seeing online.
This is a great way of ending this video.
But I think he thinks it's funny, not like, oh, haha, this is gonna suck. He said, never thought of it like that. I'm a fan of the new suit as it looks in the trailer. It looked terrible in leaked photos. I am a big Red Trunks Superman fan. It also looks like Superman is going to fight a Godzilla monster. I'm in just for that.
He's like super fan.
Superman fan.
He's a Superman super fan.
Superman super fan.
This is the first time we've done something like this in a very long time. I don't know if we've actually sat down and discussed a film or a trailer. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Something a little bit different.
We've discussed things, we've given our thoughts, but I don't think we've gone this in depth. And please forgive my ignorance. Like I said, I fell asleep during the Snyder Cut. I was so bored by it. And, like, I don't know enough about DC to give an educated opinion.
I don't think that'll happen in this movie. I think this movie's going to make you excited. I think what he's bringing to the DC universe is likability, fun, bright colors, interesting characters. I think we're going to get something entirely different that does not put you to sleep. Although, Heather gets put to sleep pretty easily.
Yeah, I fall asleep a lot, even when we're playing video games.
But this
sort of embarrassing.
This channel started as a movie review. We started as a podcast doing movie reviews and TV show reviews, I think. And then here we are now doing it right back on the Gastlecast, and that's amazing, the YouTube channel. This is great. So we hope that you guys enjoyed it. We want to know your thoughts and more in the comment section down below. Did you hate the suit? Do you hate James Gunn?
Do you hate the lack of bulge? Do we need more bulge?
Do you hate the crypto dog? I mean, we want to know all the things. Let us know all that and more in the comment section down below.
Okay, honestly, if someone hates the dog, I'm going to be really pissed off. Don't even ask them to put that down in there.
In every video, we like to shout out to some of our patrons from Patreon. In this video, we'd like to shout out to Jeremy DeLeon, Derek Brown, Kate T, Edward Joseph, Ash Manor, Gawk Daddy, Doug Blair, Brian Gracie, Susan, and Anthony Blaze. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. We appreciate all of our patrons. You guys are awesome. And if you want to join our Patreon, go over to patreon.com/Gastlecast for more details. This Saturday, we will be going live with our patrons, and we're going to be having a blast by doing giveaways. We're also going to show you upcoming Mischief Toys things and much, much more. Come and hang with us at 9 p.m. Eastern if you are a patron at levels 2, 3, and 4. If you're not a patron, go and join up so you can be a part of that awesome call. We're giving away a Deadpool Hot Toys figure from Deadpool and Wolverine and a bunch of other items that we haven't even discussed here. I think you're going to like what we do for this end of year giveaway. Hit the like button, subscribe button, and the little bell. That way you'll know anytime we go live or post brand new content. Make sure you come back and watch us every Sunday between 8 and 9 p.m. Eastern when we go live and hang out. This Sunday, we'll be hanging out with mods of the Gastlecast We Hunt Together group on Facebook, where we're going to do a Christmas Secret Santa swap. So come and watch our Secret Santa swap. All right, that's all we've got for you. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate you, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.